So if someone is gentle and specific, there is really no need for the relaxation of muscles or for massage therapy. It's very nice. It helps people to relax.
It helps me to relax.
But if you are in tune with your chiropractor and your chiropractor is in tune with you, then just by placing on of the hands, you immediately relax.
Okay.
So I have, in 30 years, I haven't found the need that somebody needs therapy before or after an adjustment.
Okay. So have you been practicing 30 years in Delray?
30 years on and off in Delray. I took an early retirement about 12 years ago and came back 7.
Wow.
But that's, and it's for all ages. You know, it's what people don't realize. And I guess this is my opportunity to express to the audience out there that chiropractic is not about a snap or twist or a pop.
Well, I also understand that you can also use it for animals.
Oh, it's fantastic for animals. Anything that's breathing.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 requirements to receive chiropractic care. One, you're still breathing. And second of all, is that you still own a spinal column and some cranial bones. And yes, these are very important bones, and so is the jaw. I'd like to talk a little bit about TMJ because not many people know that they have pressure in their jaw. They can have headaches or dizziness, sinus problems, allergies, and they don't realize that because of the stress, they're twisting these bones, and it can cause pressure on the ears and ear infections in children.
Are they doing this when they're sleeping? Or
people do it when they're sleeping or when they're listening.
Really?
So to practice stress reduction and to get conscious about your jaw muscles would be that anytime that you're listening, and especially to negative information or stress, that you choose healing postures. So we can go over some healing postures so that the audience could get some.
Okay.
Okay, so if you pick your head upright, and most of us are looking down at computers all day long.
Yeah.
So if our head is down and tipped like on the phone and clenching the jaw, it causes a lot of pressure in the brain stem.
Yes.
So your nervous system also controls your immune system.
Yes.
And
absolutely does.
When people are seeking to strengthen their nervous system and their immune system, that's a winning combination. It's not an outside-in approach. Chiropractic works on the inside. So we're not a symptomatic approach either.
Right.
What you're getting today from me is strict chiropractic philosophy, which is that we are not in the symptomatic realm like medicine. So you can feel great and go to a chiropractor and feel greater. You do not have to have a pain or symptom to go to a chiropractor because many of these, and I'm going to go to this chart over here if that's
fine.
okay.
Do you need to stand up?
Yeah, I'm going to stand up.
All right.
Can you still see?
Yep.
Okay.
Push the chair.
This is a chart of the autonomic nervous system. This nervous system happens automatically. So what's great about it is that you don't tell your eyes when to blink, your stomach to digest your food. We have millions of functions are going on inside this brain all the time. The autonomic nervous system happens and we take it for granted unless we have a symptom or something goes wrong. But in actuality, your brain is smarter than Microsoft and Dell.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's having these functions going on all the time. So as I said before, every single cell and organ is innervated by the nervous system. So the nerves that are coming out of the neck are very, very important because it's closest to the brain. So as we go up into the nervous system and the spinal column, the closer you get to the head and neck, the more of the nervous system that's involved.
That makes sense.
So because the nervous system controls the eyes, the ears, the nose and throat, the stomach, controls the function. So when you have pressure, either from chemical stress, emotional stress, physical stress, or spiritual stress, it will pinch a nerve in the spine and you can have malfunction in your organ. The main point here is you might not have a symptom with that organ.
Interesting.
Because many of these organs don't have pain receptors. Now, sometimes you might have a bellyache, but people that are, have 90% clogged arteries are walking around like that until they have a heart attack or a stroke, and they might not have any symptoms before. before.
That's true.
People have 20 years of cancer inside their body, and they don't know till all of a sudden one day they wake up, they have a pain, they have an MRI.
Exactly.
They open them up, close them up, because it's 20 years of cancer.
Wow.
So our society, especially in the United States, needs to come away from the symptomatic approach and start choosing wellness and greatness.
Yes.
Which means taking care of yourself through spinal hygiene and neurological fitness when you feel good, so you can have higher and higher levels of neurological fitness. We were created magically. We were created to heal. And if you take a close look at the nervous system, or anyone out there can go on Grey's Anatomy and look up the nervous system and start to study it, that we were created very, very, very miraculously. There's miracles waiting for everyone. We just have to get our heads behind it, and we can talk about the thoughts that cause pinched nerves, and there's foods that cause pinched nerves, the postures, like you sitting here all night. You have to be symmetrical with your posture. Okay, so you want me to sit back down now?
If you desire, it's up to you.
Unless you have a question about this. The point is that the nervous system doesn't leave anything out. So if you want natural immunity, you want to strengthen your immune system, like people who have colds all the time and they're always on antibiotics or always taking antihistamines.
Or allergies. How about allergies?
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
It's an immune system and a nervous system that's overreacting. When you get adjusted, many times the sinuses open, people with asthma start to breathe. Okay, and the mucus, the body has to detox itself. The reason we're so sick is because we've been hiding our symptoms. So people who take allergy pills and they stop the body from doing what it wants to do, or the constant use of antibiotics or an overuse of aspirins to stop the fever from working. God, if this is going out to a lot of people, I'd like to say right now that we've been scared of fever because we haven't been told the whole truth. When the immune system and the nervous system is functioning to a high level, your body will burn a fever if it's fighting bacteria. Matter of fact, you're healthy when you have a fever, and then we cover it up and we try to cool it down because we're scared. So the whole story hasn't been told. The body is very intelligent. Chiropractors are about respecting the intelligence, the spirit within knows, the innate intelligence knows exactly how you got sick and how to get you well. So there's things that are in the way of healing, and that could be emotions and food and postures, as we'll talk about. But once this is clear, I need to make this point about fever, because the part that's been left out, you've been handed the fear about fever, but fevers are dangerous when you're dehydrated or in low blood sugar. So if a baby's not eating or adult's not eating or they're not drinking, then cool that fever off, because it's dangerous. Brain seizures, brain damage. So of course mothers, are afraid of fevers. But we have to also respect that the body is trying to kill bacteria, and you cannot kill bacteria unless you're burning a fever over 98.6.